Jujutsukaisen Chapter 258 was certainly a stunning addition to the story. However, the final fight in this arc is far from done. Sukuna is still standing strong, and Yuji and the sorcerers will have to do much better if they intend to truly defeat the King of Curses. Sukuna Furnace Kamino Kamadu Flames. The last chapter saw Sukuna take another strong stand against the sorcerers, delivering one powerful technique after another, and, at the very end, bringing out his trump card that all the fans had been waiting for years now. All things considered, JJK Chapter 259 is going to be absolutely incredible, and will most likely see some losses from the side of the sorcerers. Sukuna's Flames of Death attack. Sukuna has finally activated his furnace. Sukuna is finally going all out in Jujutsukaisen, and now, he knows that his back is against the wall. There is absolutely nothing for him to lose anymore, and if he intends to win this clash, then he does have to bring out everything that he has in his arsenal in this fight. Sukuna was seen using the powers of a half-baked malevolent shrine in the previous chapter, and while the slashes were incredibly powerful, the sorcerers were largely able to endure it. Even though Yuji took quite a bit of damage, with his reverse curse technique, this was not much of an issue as he was able to heal and protect even severed limbs using blood manipulation. However, that is when the tables turned, as Sukuna brought out his ultimate trump card, and that is, the Flames of the Furnace. Fans know that Sukuna has the power to manipulate flames, and he has actually showcased this ability long ago in Shibuya as well. In fact, he used this power on 2 occasions in Shibuya, and ever since then, fans have been wondering as to how Sukuna can make use of this technique. JJK Chapter 259 will most likely highlight how strong this technique is, and at the same time, fans will get to see the sorcerers faced up against this mighty powerful attack. Fans must remember that this flame is a part of Sukuna's malevolent kitchen, and in this kitchen, Sukuna is the one who controls everything. Sukuna's Flames of Death attack Jujutsukaisen JJK 259. His slicing and dicing attacks are not the only things to be wary of. It is his flames that might just be the strongest technique, and that is something that he needs to deal with. It is not going to be easy to defend, given that the attack potency of this blow is going to be tremendously high. Previously, fans saw Jogo burn to death with it, while Maharaga was taken out as well. Both of them were unable to withstand this technique, meaning that whoever it is that gets hit by this is likely going to be out of the battle, and for good. The sorcerers protect Yuji. Yuji Itadori could need some protection from Furnace. Of course, JJK Chapter 259 will likely see some sorcerers fall. In fact, it is also possible for Sukuna to take down multiple sorcerers with his technique. However, above all, what matters is for Yuji to survive. Yuji absolutely cannot fall in battle here, because if he does, then the sorcerers will most definitely lose the Shinjuku showdown. Yuji must be protected at all costs, especially moments after achieving his awakening. Sukuna's defeat can only come at his hands, meaning, the others are, in one way or another, expendable. The others have to take this hit for Yuji, and that means Yuji Itadori will likely survive JJK Chapter 259. Yuji Itadori family Sukuna uncle. Of course, there are quite a few sorcerers around who can utilize a simple domain. However, the power of the domain is not going to be enough to withstand this blow, and that means this attack is going to land, no matter what. As for how many people are going to fall, it is possible that every single one does while protecting Yuji, or is possible that only one of them does. The likelier outcome here is that all the sorcerers fall, except Yuji, and that would then make sure that Malevolent Shrine will be cut out of the picture entirely. After that, Yuji will most definitely have the upper hand in combat, and it will be easier for him to deal with Sukuna. Regardless, Sukuna's flames are going to take down a bunch of sorcerers in the upcoming chapter of JJK, and that is something that the fans should keep in mind going forward. Yuji takes the upper hand again. Yuji will continue to put pressure on Sukuna with his awakening. Yuji unlocks simple domain Jujutsukaisen JJK 259. Fans should fully expect Yuji to take the upper hand in the battle against Sukuna towards the end. This can happen in 2 ways. The very first way this can happen is by the sorcerers sacrificing themselves for Yuji, as mentioned above, and then for Yuji essentially withstanding Malevolent Shrine for the remaining time, and then taking the upper hand in battle. Sukuna cannot maintain Malevolent Shrine in his current state, and this was his all-out attack. He does not have any other trump cards left, and Yuji still is brimming with power. His only problem is not being able to withstand the fire arrow, or the barrage of cleaves and dismantles. If those are cut out of the equation, then, by all means, Yuji is the one to take the upper hand in the battle here. Fans should fully expect him to go back to Sukuna and deliver some powerful black flashes, reducing his cursed energy output even further, and at the same time, end things with his powerful curse techniques that he has awakened recently. This is scenario 1. The second scenario is for Yuji to actually tackle Sukuna's domain with his own. That is the best way to tackle any domain, and Yuji could potentially expand his own, and this could happen thanks to his awakening. By expanding his domain, Yuji and Sukuna would then engage in a domain clash. Given that Sukuna's domain is a half-baked one, Yuji could actually be the one winning this. Fans must also remember that Sukuna has used all of his techniques in Yuji's body, meaning that they have been engraved in there. Even the domain expansion and furnace technique that Sukuna is currently utilizing is inside of Yuji. If Yuji wants, he can essentially tap into the power of furnace himself here by expanding his domain, and then overpowering Sukuna, and delivering his sure hit. If that were to happen, then Sukuna would be on the losing end, and no sorcerers would have to die. The chances of his happening are low, given that Yuji has just awakened his powers, and it should take him some time to learn domain expansion. However, fans must also remember that there are 2 body swaps that UI offered Yuji. The first one was done with Kyuzukabe for Yuji to learn simple domain. The second body swap is unknown at this point in time. If the second body swap was performed with Gojo, then it is possible that Gojo was the one who taught Yuji how to use domain expansion, and then, from there onwards, Yuji could essentially utilize this trick up his sleeve to end the King of Curses. No matter what ends up happening, Jujutsukaisen Chapter 259 is going to be absolutely massive, and the fans cannot wait to see what comes next. Jujutsukaisen is available to read via Viz Media. The series can be read by the fans officially and for free on the Shonen Jump and the Manga Plus app. The release date for the next chapter of JJK, Jujutsukaisen Chapter 259, is set to be May 12, 2024.